That it is, Jim, and that active weather has taken out power in parts of the Midwest already. Look at Michigan, the UP and the Mitten. We have over 134,000 customers without power with these storms coming through. Mesoscale convective system, a complex of thunderstorms that last for a long time over a large area of real estate. It's still chugging along here. So you've got this cluster coming through Michigan, then you get this line that's coming through Illinois. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings on this. Kalamazoo, we're still in the rain. Jackson, this is headed towards you. Lansing, we're in the much lighter rain now. Severe thunderstorm warning shifting as this shifts, and you can see it's going south towards Indiana. It's going east. We'll eventually get into Detroit. Oh, sorry, Jillian, if you wanted to move that. Do you want to time that out? Is that what you want to do? I hit it right when our weather producer hit it, and I could tell that she was trying to move that to probably time it out for us here. But if you know anyone traveling along I-80, just let them know that there are big storms that are headed in their direction. So there's the line for you. And places like Jackson, you'll get it at 8:14. All right, Cambridge, 8:45, and it will all continue to head southbound to Kendallville by 9:25 Eastern time. How about this line causing issues in Chicago? We had a shot out of Chicago. You can see it there in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. So I'm assuming that is looking east over Lake Michigan is my assumption on that. Yeah, how does Midway look right now? Midway was looking stormy earlier for us. So there you go. There's Midway on the upper left-hand corner of your screen. We got some storms out of there. And all of this is making its way through Aurora. We're going to see, by the way, that Chicago camera I think is looking out. Pull the, if you wouldn't mind, the Chicago camera up for us. So it's looking, we'll get east. A lot darker. Anyway, just to give you some idea of what you're looking at. Sometimes I was like, oh, that's cool. That's those storms we're looking at. So here we go down towards 80. You are seeing heavy rain out of this. By the way, we could see 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds out of this. Obviously, power has been taken out into Michigan. DuPage 7:07, Chicago 7:15. A ground delay program kicks off at 8 o'clock in Chicago because of these storms that are coming in. Ground stop until 8 a.m. And you can see all the planes lining up. And by the way, not taking off into the storms, taking off south to try to get around the storms. And it looks like we even have some planes that are sitting up here circling, waiting to get in. So this is going to make a mess of the morning flights with our winds gusting to 26 miles an hour. And all of this is going to continue not only through the morning, but we're going to see more storms fire up this afternoon into this evening as we have energy in Canada that is going to drop down and re-energize the atmosphere, giving us the threat for more severe weather. Hail, damaging winds are our biggest threat, but we can't rule out a tornado as we go through the day. You've got the daytime heating. We've also got a surface feature. So all of this is basically going, throwing the moisture up in the atmosphere. It cools and condenses and rains out. So how does that all play out as we go through the morning? There's your Chicago storms. That's kind of your first batch. Peoria, it really hits you. And then it makes its way towards Indianapolis. Then we are going to see storms develop as we head overnight into tomorrow. And of course, my graphics are frozen up. I see the clock going and nothing's moving. But trust me, what you just saw there is going to repeat overnight and into tomorrow, Jordan.
Yeah, they said, I'm done.
I know. It's too much, Abrams.
I need another cup of coffee.
As we go through the next days and weeks and months here into Florida. And you need that because it gets so hot. There's a lot of tropical moisture from the Bahamas to Florida. Great for your skin. Oh, all that dewy moisture in your skin, right? Everything's so humid. It's good for you rather than everything being so dry. Right now, we are dry with the exception of thunderstorms off the coast. And if you know, early bird catches a worm when you're going to go boating. A lot of times you get up really early and go out there to do a little fishing. Not the greatest morning to go fishing with all those storms, but watch the daytime heating. Sea breeze kicks in. They meet up in the spine of the peninsula into the evening hours, and then everything goes to bed, including the weather. It's like the only place in the world where the weather goes to sleep when we all go to sleep a lot of times in the summer. As we go through our Wednesday, as we go through our Thursday, see, oh, look, 4 or 5 o'clock. Yep, there are your storms. 11, 12 overnight, quiet. Then we get storms again, and then it gets quiet. Then we get storms again, and then it gets quiet. And believe it or not, I am quiet when I sleep. At least I think so. 1 to 2 inches of rain. We don't need it in South Florida. We could use it central to North Florida, Orlando to Vero. We are nearly 9 inches below average on rainfall. Had no drought into April. And then things worsened as we made our way really through May, and through the beginning of June, it was really bad. Then we got that double-digit rainfall in South Florida. That took care of the drought, Okeechobee southbound, and then it's still dry, though, as we look into North Florida there, central and North Florida. This is the forecast for nearly every city in Florida for the next several months. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures sitting around 90, but Jim, the heat index is still really bad, especially in South Florida in the triple digits.
All right, let's get you out the door in the Midwest.
Thanks for staying with us on America's Morning Headquarters. Days of heavy rain and flooding making headlines in the Midwest. The front page of South Dakota's Argus Leader, homes inundated as river levels reach historic highs. The South Dakota governor has signed an emergency declaration due to the flooding, which has left one person dead. And close to home reads the front page of the Sioux City Journal. There it is for you. Sioux City Fire Rescue Crews, Sioux City Fire Crews rescued more than a dozen stranded residents by boat in the Riverside neighborhood, where floodwaters have entered at least 70 homes. There's been a lot of evacuations. There's been a lot of record crests. And Jim, it's going to take a while for these rivers to get down.
It is going to take a while, and they're going to try and get into the main.
That is very true. Well, the beauty of America's national parks is second to none. Out west, glacier-capped mountain ranges collide with alpine forests to guarantee an unforgettable summer adventure. Meteorologist Chris Bruin jumped into the 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro to spend the day in and around Glacier National Park to find out why it's called the crown of the continent. Could you take me next time, Chris? Because that looked like a lot of fun. I just was like, okay, that's getting added to the list of places to go visit. Here's a look at the forecast for Glacier National Park. It is hot for the start of the week, but then we are going to cool off majorly into the 60s. We'll rebound nicely as we head into our Saturday. Have that car. Like
I know, right?
If he didn't have that car, he probably would not be alive. I bet you that car saved his life.
Yeah,
100%.
Gave him some, air to breathe and wasn't just crushed completely by the snow. Let's talk about the heat because it is here and it is here to stay. And I know a lot of you might say it's summer, but this is ahead of schedule and well above average. And so those are two things that are really standing out. Excessive heat warnings. I mean, it's always hot here along the Mississippi River in the summer, right? It is that hot that they had to issue excessive heat warnings. So it's warm when they're doing things like that. Right now, it's already 85 in St. Louis. 85. Wait till we get into the afternoon. This is going to be the actual air temperature. 102 in St. Louis is what it's going to say on the thermometer in the shade. Smacking some humidity in the shade. It's going to feel like 108 from Del Rio to St. Louis, the 90s all the way over to Raleigh, triple digits into Tallahassee. So it's going to be brutal. And even as we get into the sun set by 9, 97 degrees is what it's still going to feel like. So you just can't catch a break at night. You can't cool off. So you could get heat stroke, you get heat exhaustion, major and extreme, heat-related illness risk from Iowa all the way down through the south for a lot of us here. So it's pretty rough out there. Tomorrow, more of the same. You see it kind of bounces back up in the Midwest. We're getting storms in the Northeast tomorrow. And notice that after just 10 minutes in a car in St. Louis, it's going to be 121. That is too hot. That can kill you. Even in Alpena, where it's not going to be as hot, after 30 minutes, 115 in the car, even 100 degrees after 10 minutes. When someone's sitting in that for an extended period, they could die. And Jim, we could see record-setting lows for us as we head into tomorrow.
Yeah, upper 70s, low 80s, you're in a heat wave.